Hi, my name is Ashok. I'm the head of business at Big Rock Dirt Park, and I also am the team principal at Big Rock Motorsports. So, Big Rock essentially came around mostly thanks to Santosh. The idea was that after he had done the raid, he spoke to a few people that he met at the raid and some people at the other rallies, and he realized that there is a gap in terms of there being a facility where they can come and learn how to ride motorcycles off-road better in a very scientific way in a safe environment. So that's the thought behind how Big Rock came around. And yeah, so we've been around for over 6 years now. Unofficially, we've been around for longer than that, but as a registered company, we've been around for 6 years. We've trained close to 6,000 people already. So at the park, we've got a whole bunch of different types of training programs. It depends on what exactly the customer wants to train in. It can be anywhere between half a day to a residential program that can be a couple of months long. The most popular program, though, is the half-day bedrock program that we do, which is sort of like a foundation course of sorts that helps you understand the basics of how to ride off-road, and once you're done with that, then you have the option to do various advanced level courses, which are mostly full day courses. Aside from that, we also do a lot of curated trail rides because one of the biggest advantages that Big Rock has is that we're located in Kolar in Karnataka, and the area itself means that we have access to a whole bunch of trails. You can spend days exploring the trails. So we've got curated programs that take you around the trails as well, wherein the instructors will be available to give you some tips and tricks on how to ride off-road better. Over the past few years, we have seen an increased interest in off-road training uh, from the younger generation. We've got a whole bunch of kids who still train with us. The youngest of which is young, the youngest of whom is around 9 years old. Uh, as a career, it's still, I'd say, in a nascent stage in India, but it is picking up. It has picked up significantly over the past few years. What we're trying to do with Big Rock is, especially with the motorsport program, is to first get them onto the motorcycles and sort of figure out if that's something that they'd be interested in. And if they are, then there is a very, let's say, logical trajectory to their career path. And what that means is that once you've trained with us, we've got various races that we conduct through the year for different levels of riders. So we've got Trail Attack, which is strictly for amateurs. We've got Extreme Enduro, which is for the more seasoned motorcyclists. And we've got Ace of Dirt, which is an invitational professionals only event. So between the three of these events that we do, there are prospects to progress in motorsport. But then the reason we also started doing the Indian Supercross Racing League and Big Rock Motorsport is that we wanted to create something beyond what we already have. So if you ask me, as career prospects for kids who want to explore motorsports, now is the right time. So Big Rock Motorsports came up. Well, it was sort of a happy coincidence because we were in Pune for some work, and we managed to spend some time with Ishan Lokhande and Ashwin Lokhande, who are the promoters of the ISRL. And we got to speaking, and they sort of ran us through the entire concept of the league and told us what it's all about and what they were trying to do. Um, it aligned with a lot of the philosophies that we had as Big Rock, mostly because we've always been thinking about where the ideal trajectory or a career path would lead for most of our customers. And in that sense, for most of the people who train with us with motorsport in mind, having a thoroughbred motorsport program made complete sense to us. It's always been part of the plan. It's always been a long-term plan, of course. The starting of the ISRL sort of fast-tracked that plan for us. We've always been toying with the idea of having a full-fledged motorsport team where we take part in various formats like rally raid and supercross and motocross and a whole bunch of other things. The ISRL happening when it did meant that we suddenly had an opportunity to make that a reality, and so we just jumped in. Uh, so in the larger scope of things, in the scheme of what Big Rock wants to do in the future, it fit in really well. Um, so yeah, that's what the motorsport project has been all about. And for us as a team, it means it's a lot of visibility. It's a new avenue for us to enable more people to explore motorsport as a career. And it also meant that a lot of our athletes who have been competing in the domestic circuit now had a chance to sort of mix it up with international talent. And we've always felt that the skill of the domestic athletes will only go up when they start competing at an international level. And now they're able to do that on their home ground, so which is a great opportunity. Santosh has always been the foundation that we built everything at Big Rock on. So in terms of being an ambassador for the brand and being like the sort of compass for us in terms of where we need to be heading, he's always a big advantage to have in the team. Um, Everything that we see today at Big Rock and everything that we do has come from ideas that were seeded first in his mind. So having his sort of eyes on us in a supervisory role in everything that we do is a big advantage for us. So it always helps us stay true north. We have our eyes on true north because he's always there to guide us. Um, as a motorsport team, it also helps because he's been in this environment before. He's been he's been a national champion and he's spent significant amount of time in his life competing in various formats. So the insights that he's able to bring into the team with regards to how we need to run it, with regards to bike setup, with regards to a whole bunch of sporting aspects of the team is immensely valuable. And his experience in riding off-road for so many years meant that when it came to setting up our curriculum and setting up the modules in different formats of training that we run also became a lot easier. It sort of helped us structure a program that is not only scientific but also works with riders at different levels.